So, you want your Primal Ancient? You've come to the right place. Now, this method will probably be pretty obvious to some veteran gamers, and they'll be like, oh, really? Like, there's nothing new there. It's no secret. This is for the players that aren't aware about the best method to get your Primal Ancient as quick as possible, and for my newbies, my new players that come to my channel for guides and some help and some guidance, and this will definitely help you out, and you can get your Primal Ancient as soon as possible. Now, Primal Ancients can drop anywhere in the world when you're killing elite packs, whether you're in a Nephilim Rift, whether you're in a Greater Rift, or even from Kadala. You know, Kadala can actually give you, when you're using your blood shards, she can give you a Primal Ancient, but they're ultra rare, and chances are that you're going to be after a specific item, and that you'll actually get that specific item as a Primal Ancient is very unlikely. So what we need is a legendary item that we want to transform into a Primal Ancient. Alright, so you need two things in order to do this. You need the materials that are required, which you can get from doing bounties and just from, you know, Forgotten Souls are obtainable from the world, whether they drop from elite packs or whether you salvage your legendary items. You get your Forgotten Souls. You need these two things, the materials from bounties and your Forgotten Souls, and also you need the item that you want to reforge and make into a Primal Ancient. So if you haven't guessed already, we are using Kenai's Cube to do this, and this is the absolute best way to get your Primal Ancient. I'm going to do it right now, guys. I'm going to log in. We're going to do it together. Let's see if I can get a Kali's Point Primal Ancient Dagger. So that's the specific item that I want to transform or reforge into a Primal Ancient. You guys make sure you get your items, and then do this as well, and get your Primal Ancients. Okay, we're in. I'm going to pick up my Kali's Point in a moment. I've got one in the chest here. I've got one equipped as well. So you've got to make sure that you have a spare item of that specific item that you want to reforge into a Primal Ancient. So I've got one equipped, and I've got like a spare one with shitty stats. So we go here to the recipe, Reforge Legendary. We fill it. We put the item in. We hit transmute. Repeat. Haven't got the Primal Ancient yet. Fill. Go to Reforge Legendary, fill, put the item in, transmute there. You can't see from my big head there, we transmute. And we haven't got a Primal Ancient yet. And we keep rinsing and repeating, so make sure you have your materials from bounties and heaps of Forgotten Souls saved up. Kali's Point, shit. We fill. Reforge Legendary, transmute.
Very well.
Fill, transmute. And we keep going. At least we're targeting that specific item. Boom! There you go. Primal fucking Ancient. I've just got my first Primal Ancient just like that. Now, the reason I'm not running around my fucking room right now doing backflips and recording it for you all is because the base damage on this Kali's Point isn't the best. You know, 2,600. I wanted 3,000 plus. That's a good, solid damaging weapon, but you can see all of the other stats are rolled absolutely perfectly. I've got 1,000 dexterity, 1,000 vitality, cooldown reduction is 10%, which is the highest that you can get. Everything is at the absolute peak. Impala returns 15 hatred, that's the most you can get as well. The only thing I don't have is the base damage that I wanted, 3,000. So I'm going to keep farming this. Not in this video. I've shown you guys how to get your Primal Ancient. There's proof there. You know, you can see it for yourself. I've got a Primal Ancient. This is what you do with any item that you want to reforge into a Primal Ancient. You can make any of your legendary items into a Primal Ancient. They don't have to be ancient or anything like that. Any normal legendary will do. It'll work, I guarantee you. As long as you have the materials, you can get your Primal Ancient this way. What I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to change a few stats around. So the first thing I'll do is change that 1,000 vitality to 10% damage. 100% I'm going to do that. And we're definitely going to use a Ramaladni's Gift. Boom! So we got a socket as well for critical hit damage. And that's pretty much all I can do to this dagger. You know, I'm adamant that I can get a better one. It's definitely an upgrade, 100% it's an upgrade. We're going to get 10% damage instead of vitality. You're going to leave the cooldown reduction for 10%. That's pretty nice. And it's a huge upgrade. It's definitely going to be useful, but it's not perfect. I want that base damage. I want that base damage to 3,000 plus, and possibly attack speed as well in one of the stats. But either way, I've proven how you can get your Primal Ancient, boys and girls. This is how you do it. You just need the item that you want to reforge into a Primal Ancient, and you also need the materials that I mentioned. So now that we're here, we have a closer look. So you need all of these bad boys from your bounties, your items from your bounties that drop when you complete them in the caches, and you need Forgotten Souls. As many as you can get. Farm that shit. You get them by killing elite packs. Some goblins can drop them, but the best way is just to salvage legendaries. You know, every time you salvage a legendary, you will get a Forgotten Soul, and that's all you need for your Primal Ancients. Happy farming, happy monster slaying, boys and girls. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and keep tuning back for all of your Diablo needs, guides, build videos, and anything else Reaper of Souls wise.